Thank you so much. So first and foremost, would you mind telling the launch control community a little bit more about yourself, your business, what you do?
Yeah, so we buy properties for fix and flip, rentals, and also wholesale um, throughout San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas now. We've been doing it for about 2 years, almost 2 years through Launch Control.
2 years. That's quite a nice time to be here. So what brought you to launch control?
Candidly, it was just the most preferred marketing method for us. Initially, when we first started, we didn't want to get into the cold calling and um, or PPC or direct mail, and texting just kind of seemed like the easiest transition into sourcing our own properties. And so that's when we started texting through Launch Control, and it's still our largest performing marketing channel by far. So we've been using it with pretty good success over the last 2 years.
Great to hear that. Also, it wouldn't be a bad idea to combine it with some other forms of marketing because it actually, some of our clients are making some crazy success here with combining texting with cold calling and also with PPC. So maybe that's an idea you could think about in the future. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really glad. Mhm.
we've definitely ramped up cold calling and PPC since then. So it's no longer our only channel, but it's still our best one.
Definitely. I mean, there is a good reason why texting has the lowest cost per deal in the industry at the moment. So good to hear that it works for you so well. So speaking of launch control, since you're using it, obviously it works for you. So can you tell me more about the impact that launch control had in your business?
Launch control really accelerated our business a lot. Like I said, it's been our main marketing channel thus far, and we've gotten a majority of our deals from it. So I couldn't put a number on it, but we've dramatically increased our business just by using launch control as our main method, and really perfecting it as well, with all the different templates and shortcuts and everything that goes along with it.
Great to hear that. So speaking of the deals that you closed, can you maybe walk us through a recent deal that you had?
Oh, geez. I don't even remember off the top of my head. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Sure.
Uh, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we just closed one last week, and we got it added into our CRM from Launch Control on December. Let's see, when was it added? We pushed it from Launch Control on December 6th. We had about a little over a month-long closing process, about a month and a half, but it was a nice property out in Houston, absentee owner. The seller just wanted to get out of the property. It needed a little bit of repairs, was not in terrible condition at all. We were able to lock it up almost entirely through text message, actually. So we did a lot of the due diligence up front with our virtual assistants through Launch Control. We got the condition of the property. We got uh, rough ballpark price out of the seller. We got age of the roof, age of the HVAC system, flooring, etc. All of that necessary information to make an offer through Launch Control. And then it was pushed over to our acquisitions team in our CRM on December 6th. And that day we sent out an offer, and it looks like we had it under contract on the 15th. So it took a
Okay.
little over a week to get it under contract. And then once we were under contract, we just closed on this one last week, I believe. Let me double check.
Congratulations. That's a fun one.
Yeah, yeah. This one closed on January 26th. So it just closed about 4 days ago. And yeah, it was a small deal. I think it was like a $12,000 assignment fee, but it's very quick and easy.
That's what we need. Quick and easy, but still we want it to pay off, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we actually just assigned another one today from Launch Control, and I think we have some more closing this week from Launch Control too. So, it's
Awesome.
pretty consistent with the system that we're using.
Well, good to hear that because with launch control, as you know, consistency is key. because sometimes one touch point with a client is not enough. Sometimes you need to follow up regularly before you get any reply, especially before you get a positive one. So, I mean, what about you and your follow-up efforts with launch control?
To be candid, I'm not in the system on a day-to-day
Mm-hmm.
basis. We have virtual assistants that manage it for us, and we've gotten it to a point where they're able to handle it all the way from beginning to pushing it to the CRM whenever it's become a true lead. So I'm not necessarily involved in the day-to-day. Yeah.
All right, but are you familiar with the platform in general?
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I first started, I was the one sending the messages all the time, so I'm very familiar with it.
All right. In that case, I'm sure you know how important follow-ups are.
Yes,
Whether
absolutely. It's all about the follow-up. Um, yeah, so many deals just come from follow-up alone. So it's very, very important to not just use the initial messages, but to also follow up with whoever, also send follow-up messages as well.
definitely, I mean, the statistics just don't lie. 80% or more of closed deals in launch control come from follow-ups and drips. So they're absolutely key to success with this platform. So
Absolutely.
since you are familiar with it, you used to use it yourself for some time. Uh, do you maybe have any either launch control or maybe some general investment hacks that you want to share?
With launch control hacks, what I would say is, make sure you're using a lot of templates. Don't just stick with a few templates. I don't have an exact ratio that I would recommend, but we put a lot of templates in our system, and then we're also eliminating or adjusting templates that aren't performing well. So make sure your templates look good. Make sure there's no spelling or grammatical errors, no emojis, and I don't know, no funny business, like no jokes in the initial messages. Just very short, straight to the point, and follow launch control's guidelines for making them. Just make sure you have a lot of them.
Definitely, that's a way to go. That's a way to guarantee yourself a high delivery rates, and of course, therefore, higher response rates in the future. So I'm really glad you brought that up. That's actually something that's very valuable, especially to the people who are just getting started with launch control, because the content is a game changer, definitely. And if you want to succeed, you want to have good content in your account. But I don't want to take any more of your time. I think we have covered everything that I wanted to know about your launch control experience, but just want to ask before you go, do you have any words of wisdom to share with everyone?
Oh, let's see. Not much more than what's already been stated. Again, biggest thing is going to be consistency, just making sure you're sending messages every day, making sure you're keeping on top of the people that do respond. Make sure you have a lot of templates you're sending out. Make sure you send out a high volume of messages as well. And then make sure you're doing your follow up because it's true a majority of the deals do come from follow up. It's pretty rare that you get a deal just off of initial message and outreach. It does happen from time to time, but majority of them have to do with follow up. So pretty much everything we spoke about before.
It's still good. I mean, you can never stress it too much how important it is to not only to follow up, but everything you mentioned today. It's really how that's how you use the platform the proper way, the right way. That's the only way that guarantees success, and I'm really glad that you find your way to it. You know how to use it, you know how to use it right, and you know how to get your numbers up. But I'm sure they're gonna go even more up as time goes by. But still, Carlos, thank you so much for your time to jump on the call today. It was really great talking to you. I apologize for probably not sounding very well because I'm not really feeling really well, but it was really worth staying here and talking with you about everything.
I appreciate you getting on, even though you're not feeling too well. So thank you for your time and thanks for the help and the advice.
No problem anytime. Thank you again, and talk to you soon with some better numbers in there. Okay?
Sounds great, Jade. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.